Again, can someone please explain to me, like in crayon, what the hell is Hunter Biden doing attending meetings at the White House? Hunter Biden was in the room as his father was preparing to deliver a primetime address responding to the Supreme Court's opinion on presidential immunity. Look, I get supporting your dad because Eric and Don used to be there all the time, but they were like, especially when your dad is on life support like Joe Biden is. But look, they weren't in there like helping him out with his commentary. And White House Press Secretary KJP confirmed it. Roll it.
Look, the president, as you know, is very close to his family. This is a holiday week, 4th of July. He spent time with his family, as you all know, and reported at Camp David. Hunter came back with him and walked with him into that meeting, that speech prep.
The question, though, would be, is he participating in meetings with senior advisors?
What I can say is that he came back with his dad from Camp David. He walked him into the speech prep, and he was in the room. That I can tell you, he was in the room.
So close that it was 10% for the big guy. So let me get this straight. Hunter, a felon who the House of Representatives is currently accusing of, like, what they're accusing of him is borderline treason, and is sitting in on meetings at the White House and making decisions with senior staff? Thooper. Judicial Watch President Tom Fitton. Tom, this is like beyond what our founding fathers ever framed out for anything. And she's just not giving us answers about who the hell is running the country.
Well, we know who's running the country, and it obviously isn't Joe Biden. And so the obvious answer is people close to him, his family members. Hunter is a felon, as you point out. He's facing criminal investigation from the Justice Department for perjury, at least he ought to be. And he's under indictment on federal charges related to taxes. And by all accounts, he's an unregistered foreign agent. And who knows who he's working for still. So it's one thing for him to be in there talking about a speech. But why should we be assured that that's the limit of his involvement in Joe Biden's governance? We should just presume he knows everything and is involved in the decision-making about how this country is being run. And, the question is, who's benefiting? The Chinese, the Russians, the Ukrainians in Burisma? Who knows?
Mars, who knows? But the other thing, too, is, and like this story broke a few days ago, but realistically, though, Joe Biden, okay, so he refinanced his Delaware home like 35 times. He borrowed more than $6 million against a home that was only worth like $300,000. Is this part of this like money laundering scheme? Like, you FOIA'd more things than probably anyone else in the history of the federal government. And like, are we ever going to be able to find out what this money went to or what it came from?
Well, not during this administration. Maybe the next honest administration will do a full audit and serious criminal investigation of Joe Biden's finances. Remember, the investigation that could have touched on that through Hunter Biden was crimped and obstructed by this Justice Department. But going back to Hunter hanging around there, Carl, just to me, it highlights the crisis the White House is in. No normal presidency would allow Hunter to be known to be involved in staff meetings and have it leak that the staff is upset about it if things were normal.
Right.
To me, it shows that they are in a bunker mentality there in the White House, and the circle is tightened to close friends and family in a way that suggests that, we may be seeing the end of the Biden presidency, either by ending his campaign or, as I'm hearing, a resignation.
Do you think a lot of, well, that you're hearing that, I mean, that's, we all are hearing reports, but if you're hearing that, I mean, that elevates it a little bit. 15 seconds left. Do you think that all these things hanging over Joe Biden right now with the 10% for the big guy is just expediting all this, getting him out of there? You think they'll hold it over his head to get him to drop out?
I just don't think cognitively he's making decisions in the ordinary, in the normal way, with the normal calculus that you're implying. He's not fit. And I think Harris and the cabinet need to be held accountable for allowing this to continue.
Yeah, well, there is a process for that, and they refuse to use it. Tom Fitton, pleasure, sir.
You're welcome. Thank you, Carl.
All right, coming up, it's no secret that Republicans and Democrats have